Wait, did Michelle Obama just admit that she's not a female?
I'm starting to believe that Elizabeth Siders, one of 4 arrested as part of the Ohio House of Horrors, may be a victim herself.
Think Epstein was the scandal? That was the bait. Real architects sit on thrones, wear robes, and drink wine while feeding on children's souls in Vatican crypts.
Hey, Michael. I'm so glad you're having the party this year. It was really messed up with the whole Diddy thing last year, so it's great to be invited to your party. Famous, infamous, all-white party. Palm Beach Pete is there.
Welcome back to the Wizard's Fish. Not going to waste any time, just going to jump straight into things as usual, so viewer discretion is advised, and everything that you see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into it.
A shell casing in our Publix avocado. Okay.
Is that?
Well found. We just found a round in a Publix avocado. Wait,
We bought this from Publix yesterday. Today.
On the 250th anniversary of America, there was cosmic radiation all over the atmosphere in New York City, which is basically a representation of the harbinger of destruction, an omen, which is a form of carnage. And this is all cultivated by the processional circle. The same ionospheric frequency modification that you've seen in the atmosphere in Venezuela days before the earthquake is the same frequency modulation that you've seen in the atmosphere in New York City. Now, when you go to New York City and you go to this place called the Cathedral of St. John Divine, which is also known as the Portal of Peace, it demonstrates a lot of ontological artifacts that shows you the apocalypse that's going to be taking place in New York City. It shows you the Brooklyn Bridge broke in half. It shows you the destruction of the Twin Towers right before it happens, because the great majority of these carvings was created from 1988 to 1997. In 1997, the same year when they finished building the Cathedral of St. John Divine, is also the same year when the movie Escape from New York came out. And mind you, the main character in the movie, his name was Snake Plissken, because Snake is the personification of Kundalini activation that harmonizes with the 4 basic elements by way of the dodecahedron, which is why they show you the 5 pillars of destruction at the Cathedral of St. John Divine. So with all that shit being said, based on my logical assertions, this is basically translating to a warning, because you just had a couple at the Empire State Building propagating peace. And anytime that the system talks about peace, chaos is going to ensue. And mind you, at the 250th anniversary, you had the Brooklyn Bridge caught on fire. And you also got to take into account that the New York Knicks won the championships. So they need a sacrifice. There has to be an energy exchange for them winning the championship. And that's going to be judgment that's going to be placed on New York City, which is modern day Babylon.
Wait, did Michelle Obama just admit that she's not a female? Listen to this.
Bro, are talking trans this week on their podcast, and she's all in for they, them.
Just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man. We
Probably just made a mistake, though, right?
I mean, we've all been pretty aware by now, haven't we, that there's something definitely dodgy going on with Michelle Obama. You've definitely seen this clip, haven't you? Just keep watching. Can you see it?
It's just a roll of nickels.
Can you see it? What's that? Something wobbling about in there, isn't there? And they always tell you, Obama's been telling you for ages that it's Michael and not Michelle. Listen to this.
Deborah, Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son.
Michael and I?
Just another mistake, though, right?
Yeah, sure. Michael and I.
And don't forget about Joan Rivers. She also said that
Michael and I. As always, though, just for entertainment, beautiful people, I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
Did you guys know that not too long ago they discovered a painting behind an ancient painting in Italy. And what is shocking about this whole situation is not just there's another painting, like, you know, paintings are all over the place, but the painting is of a guy on a horse slaying a dragon. So this is a painting. You got a blue sky, you got a guy on a horse with a spear, and this crazy dragon-looking thing with bones all around it. But here's the question you need to be asking yourself. Why is it not like a real animal that they drew? Why did they draw this fictional thing that's a total myth and that's not real at all? Why does the Chinese calendar have a dragon on it with a bunch of other real animals, one mythical fake one that's not existent, but they don't have a panda? This is actually two things in one. Ancient Chinese images, they've drawn everything, but they never drew a panda up until the early, 19th century something, which is shocking. Why wouldn't the panda be on here, but a fake dragon is? Now, you may be thinking, like, maybe they thought, like, it was dinosaurs and they wrote dragon instead. Well, actually, the theory is, what if they weren't dinosaurs, but they were actually dragons? And then, of course, that leads us to the question, if there were dragons, where did they all go? If they existed amongst us, it's like that should be pretty well recorded. So did the history get erased and they got rid of all the dragons? Or did they fly away past the ice wall or something? Like, these are questions you got to be wondering. Apparently, Marco Polo claimed that the Chinese emperor kept massive quote-unquote dragons in a province called Karazhan, which is modern-day Yunnan. According to his account, these creatures were raised by special families and used to pull large royal chariots in ceremonial parades. And what does a Chinese parade have today? Dragons, dude. Chinese New Year, it's all about dragons, man. So, what happened to the dragons? Comment your thoughts below and follow for more.
Different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world.
Todd Bridges, who starred in one of the 70s biggest sitcoms, was by his publicist.
At the time that it was going on, from 11 to 12, I didn't know what I was. Because, you're a little kid. You don't have any idea what you are. I had never had college or anything. So when that man did that to me, he grew me very well. Secrets is what kills. Secrets will kill you. You can't hold secrets inside you. That's what destroys you. I'm one of the few children, that have, got rid of it and still around. Most of my proteges have died or committed or OD'd, because they couldn't get over it and stuff that happened to them.
Y'all won't believe what's going on in these schools when it comes to the food, because things are looking a little brand new. I ain't never seen this before. Have you, bro?
Looks like a science project.
I just want to show you what's being served at school today.
Arby's? Look at this. No, bro. Is that glue?
This shit is not moved.
I'm seeing a lot of this.
This is our school lunch. Until they fix this shit.
Oh, yo! Bro, no. What is this?
I actually used to have pretty decent food in high school.
Open it up. Oh!
No way. You see, I'm seeing a lot of teachers saying, oh, the kids are different this year. They're not the same, man. You too would be different if you were being fed this. What is this, bro? How is this making it on the kids' table? And it's making it into their stomachs? They're eating this? I want to know who's signing off on this, because the kids aren't the one buying the food and they're not the ones making the food. Don't the lunch ladies see what's going on? Don't they see something's wrong here, bro? Bro, us millennials did not have to experience anything like this before. I feel like we got the best of it, the last of it, man, because this is not normal, bro. I've never seen this in my life. That's not syrup. What is this? Just the fact that children all around the world is posting this should bring some concerns to this, y'all. Like, what? The lunch ladies must be sleeping.
Preschool
I gotta do something about
nasty.
this, man. This is nasty, bro. The shit is here, bro. Pepto-Bismol.
It's not edible.
Paint. It's not edible. But yeah, y'all. The shit is here, man. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Gross.
This is one of the most outrageous things I've seen in a long time. Actually, I'm never going on public transport anytime soon.
Are those sharp objects in his hand? That you would use in a kitchen? That's creepy.
streets of the station. So, to the left direction of the chopper. To that station. Station of the station.
It's in his hand. Oh yeah, those are kitchen objects. 2 of them.
But this is actually terrifying. Like, this is actually some of the scenes on public transport in Europe, but all around the world right now. What is his need for this? He's carrying 2 massive knives. He's wearing gloves and a ski mask. Where could he possibly be going? Is he a chef? No, probably a different type of chef. I mean, genuinely, it's actually really scary to see this. This poor woman, I don't know what I would do if that was me or someone I know in that situation. The way he's sitting there just smiling at her. Like, I don't care who you are. You do not need to be carrying 2 big knives on the tube. When wearing a ski mask and gloves. Doesn't add up, mate.
Can somebody explain to me what the hell are they selling at Subway's? What the? Shut up! They saying that's the big hot dog, the big hot dog. Subway's is now selling big hot dogs. Pause. First of all, I ain't eating no hot dog that's the same color as me.
Okay, that's weird, because it was maybe, I don't know, about 6 weeks ago or so. I was at Subway, and I saw, like, them lay out this hot dog on the counter. And then all the staff came around and I was like, what the heck is that? And they're like, oh, it's getting added to the menu next week. And I was like, okay, weird. But it did not look anything like that hot dog. The one that I was looking at was like an oddly pale pink color. It actually looks super gross. And now to see this one, it's super strange to me because it's like way, way darker. Like night and day difference darker.
Shut up! This needs to stop. You can't pay me to eat this. Shut up! People are saying that this is very good. I don't care what toppings you put on this. I'm good. Look how he got his hands on this, bro. Ah! Look how he has his hands on this. There's no reason he should be holding a hot dog like this, bro. People done lost it. They are treating this like a New York City hot dog stand. I seen somebody put sauerkraut, onions, ketchup, and mustard on it, and they said it was amazing. Go try it out, guys.
Where I live, it's $12.99 for a foot-long sub dog, as they call it. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the ones where I live, they're like super pale pink looking. Doesn't look appetizing. I stopped eating hot dogs a long time ago.
You're near a Subway. Shut up! I never seen a hot dog this color. And hot dogs are usually not this big. Pause. Nah, B, I don't like the way his hands is on this hot dog, son. For real, this is what people are saying. Somebody said that this is the best hot dog they ever had, and I just don't believe that. Not just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Go try that new hot dog at Subway's. I heard it was fire. They love it. They putting all types of stuff on it that's not supposed to be on it. And I seen some lady eat it. I don't know why she ate it, but she ate it. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Did you have this or would you try this? Let me know. I'm out.
I'm watching this live video, and it looks like the people are not blinking, but the ocean is like, they get skipping.
Oh, weird.
Now look at the people though. They're okay.
That's strange.
Look at the ocean. Is that weird?
Yeah, one's glitchy and one's not.
Why is the ocean, but the people are not skipping? See the ocean in the background, look. Tripping out.
This clip went viral online. It took me a few times watching it to realize where the glitch was. But if you watch it closely, you can see the water is giving this very shuddery glitch, something you would see in high shutter speeds. But if you look at the people, they look very normal. They're not glitching at all. Now, if this was a frame rate issue or a shutter issue, let's say if it was dropping frames, you would see the stutter in the people walking also.
True.
This clip went viral because people were saying that this is yet more proof that we could live in a simulated matrix. Everything around us is just a program or a prompt. What do you think? Leave it in the comments.
What a psycho. Feet are dirty. Whoa, did she just try to hit the security guard? What a psycho. And she's laughing still. Man, I'd be putting her to the ground so fast. Oh, damn. These are all just movie special effects from my friend LG Rhythm.
Hannah from New Jersey. Hi, Hannah. It's really annoying that you tap your food with your finger. I watch your videos. I'd rather you stop tapping. Oh.
This guy's awesome. I just recently came across his YouTube channel. His channel's called 86 Hands. You definitely should check him out. It's super funny. This guy's awesome, man. I'd like to hang out with him. Seems super cool. So here, I can't remember the name of who these people are. I showed this picture to my friend recently, and she knew who they were. Apparently, they're two sisters. The one on the left, I believe, is the one that's more known. But this is a case here of what I would call Luciferian born into a family. So clearly you can tell that the one on the left has a little bit odd shaped of vehicle, we'll call it. Compared to the sister who is on the left, who is a biological female, in my opinion, from my friend LG Rhythm. But yeah, there's tons of note. Like, look at the kneecaps. There's a difference. The ones on the left are much larger than the ones on the right. The lack of hips on the left. Also, how the legs go straight down. They don't taper in from the hip to the knee. That's called the Q angle. Also, the arm length, considering their hands are roughly in like the same spot, you can see that the person on the left, their wrist goes across their junk area, where the person on the right, their wrists are up higher. And for people who are almost the same height, like the arm length difference is crazy. Also, the torsos, the person on the right has a much smaller torso than the person on the left, which is pretty obvious. But yeah, like there's a bunch of differences. I don't want to go too hard because of my friend Albert G Rhythm, but yeah, I just wanted to point this out because like this is a great example of two people in the same family and one's inverted and one's not, in my opinion. Got to say that for entertainment purposes.
Y'all need to go check out
Let's
Great
start with the money.
BTC.
FIFA introduced mandatory hydration breaks this tournament. Officially, player safety. And the heat is real. One Spanish player said his toenails hurt after a match in the sun last summer. But here is what FIFA does not lead with. Those 3-minute breaks are now estimated to be a $600 million advertising product.
People all over the world have complained. Not only have they played ads, which they're not supposed to do, but also the ads have been forcing the game to delay.
Some fans missed the restart of play entirely. Stadiums have booed them. Virgil van Dijk has criticized them publicly.
Every time going to commercial is a bit, not really that I like it. And I think for the neutral watchers on TV, it's also not great.
And here is the giveaway. FIFA enforces the exact same break inside air-conditioned domes as it does in blazing outdoor heat.
Get that money, FIFA.
Hydration break turned into a commercial break.
Then there are the tickets. New York, New Jersey, California, and Texas are all now investigating FIFA. Prices for the 3 main seating categories rose 34% between October and April. Then FIFA created new premium zones inside sections fans had already paid for and pushed those early buyers further back without telling them. Final tickets have resold above $10,000. In Infantino's defense, FIFA is simply adapting to the American market.
So y'all just here to finesse America or the whole world at this point, because what happened to this game? Buddy clearly got the ball first. They gave Messi the foul, gave him a free kick. This one, the first time they scored. And this is the 89th minute. The game is about to be over. Then a clear handball. Buddy ass looking dead at him, said nothing. Messi again, tripping. No card. Then we get to the corner kick. If you get busted in the nose, you have to wait 1 minute on the sideline. They stuffed some paper in this shit and let him go right out. They was arguing. Then Telefligi fouled old boy in the box and scored. That's the second goal. Game over. Why you think Buddy ran down on Messi? I see the referees helping you again. Scary ass. Y'all can't play fair. Y'all don't want a black country to win, huh? It ain't enough jersey sales. Sneako technology is just gives off we being sneaky as a... This is why all the goalies complaining, but I'm about to show y'all what they doing. As you know, Argentina and Portugal on separate sides. If events happen, they could play each other in the World Cup final in July 19th. They just cheated Cabo Verde and Senegal. Who else you think they gonna cheat so they can make all that money off of this final? Follow the money and add it up. FIFA made a record $7.5 billion during Qatar. They said they targeted an American market. They plan to make $13 billion on the low end. Y'all hear the gunshots? Y'all see why y'all need to follow my YouTube, my nigga, so I can get the around here.
China just went public and released this disturbing video provoking the United States on America's birthday. Look.
Happy birthday.
Wow.
Frightening moments this morning for shoppers at a Monmouth County BJ's as the roof collapsed due to the heavy rainfall in the area. Videos actually captured the moment that the BJ's roof collapsed, sending shoppers running and some being thrown like rag dolls from the water pressure coming off of the roof. So viewer discretion is advised. Keep in the back of your mind, though, everyone was okay. 2 people got trapped, but they were able to free themselves and get out of the location safely.
Nice.
Have a look at these videos for yourself. Have a look at the top of the video. Keep an eye on it up there. Just watch. Customers are just milling around, and all of a sudden...
Shit.
Unbelievable.
Damn.
And this video captured the moments right after the collapse. Look at that.
Close the store down.
This is unbelievable. Like I said, thankfully, no one lost their lives when this came tumbling down.
Lucky.
And everything went flying around. And a look at the radar right now. The rain is still over New Jersey. And once again, a frightening incident out of Monmouth County BJ's this morning. And like I said, these individuals that were in this store had a guardian angel looking over them because this could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, it was not. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
So this clip is someone pushing former President George Bush through a NASA site. When you look behind, you see, what is that? And something green floating, almost looks like a studio green with studio blue. Oh, this is the finished product, and that's supposed to be the water. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how everything is floating. Look at that. Oh, except the water. Don't look at that. Steve. Steve, you're in the shot, Steve. Steve, get out the shot. Steve. Larry, we got to fire Steve again.
Sometimes something a little different happens.
Whoops, I'll get it.
Sometimes.
His crew attempted a spacewalk outside the station. Here's a live look at the astronauts.
Whoops.
Well, I don't believe. I don't think that's. Yeah.
Cut away.
Where's their spacesuit?
I don't know what this guy's holding, but it is super heavy. Look, he almost drops it in space, and it goes straight down. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Larry, how's it going up there? Yeah, you got that tuna can I sent you? Great. That's oh my God, Larry, what happened? Larry, we lost you. Well, we have your head, but not your body. Larry.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years. Not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
I think Epstein was the scandal. That was the bait. Real architects sit on thrones, wear robes, and drink wine while feeding on children's souls in Vatican crypts. Look, let's name what they won't. The 13 bloodlines that run the world aren't who you think. Orsini, Aldo Brandini, Pallavicini, Medici, Breakspear, Farnese, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Warburg, Hanover, Lee, Bruce, Habsburg. These are not old money. They are Baalic parasitic bloodlines. Ritual sorcerers who hijacked empires and installed mind control systems under the illusion of religion, politics, and finance. Where's their origin point? Venice. The Black Venetian nobility ran Babylonian blood cults under Catholic masks. They merged with the Vatican, embedded into the Jesuit priesthood, and exported global slavery through maritime law, trapping you in birth certificates, taxes, and silent contracts with no consent. Venice wasn't a city of romance. It's a sacrificial basin. Why do you think the Pope wears a fish hat? That's not Christian. That's Dagon, a Nephilim water demon. Look, Epstein wasn't a financier. He was a human trafficker for the priest class. He ran blackmail rituals for the elite, orgies timed to celestial gates, using children pre-programmed through MK Ultra satellite nodes. Who funded him? Rothschild-backed banks. He admitted this. Mossad and CIA intelligence mergers. Chabad Lubavitch financiers masked as philanthropists. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell still alive? Because her father, Robert Maxwell, was a triple agent field operator for the Vatican Chabad MI6 Axis. Epstein's Island's temple is a mirror replica of Baal's altars in ancient Tyre. Literally, the owl statues, not for aesthetics, they're invitation gates for entities. Comment, scroll, and I'll send you the full decoded map. Families, cults, islands, bloodlines, oaths, nothing hidden, everything unveiled. Think about it. Why do the Masons care more about rituals than politics? Because politics was just a front. The true power is ritualized trauma. Here's exactly how they move. Jesuits equal infiltration and education. They wrote your textbook, scripted your news, and flipped your morals through semantic inversion. Freemasons equal gatekeeping plus maintenance grid. Lodges are ritual fields, not clubs. The checkerboard floor, it's a dimensional binding grid. Chabad Lubavitch equals economic controllers of AI, neuroscience, and cloning. They bank bankroll the puppet governments, own biometric patents, and sit on quantum computing boards. All three serve the Black Sun priesthood, shadow Vatican that answers to no government, no court, no god you were taught about. They install presidents, they run wars for soul harvest, and they script pandemics not just for population control, but for ritual sacrifice
And for entertainment purposes only.
initiation of mass trauma loops. Look, everything you were taught was a ritual veil. They fed on your doubt. They survived by your silence. But you're the anomaly. You, remember. Comment scroll below and I'll send you the unredacted scroll. Vatican cults, black nobility, Epstein's handlers, ritual nodes, and how it all links back to Baal. No bullshit, no theories, just the architectural truth of your cage and the key to collapse it.
I shared two images yesterday with you guys of photos of Crazy Horse Monument in South Dakota. In both photos, there was two independent photos. A hexagon appeared in the sky in the photos. And it was very obvious that it was definitely a hexagon. No doubt about it. Yes, I did make the connection with the solar simulator.
That's funny because going back maybe like 4 or 5, 6 years ago, I've seen some weird stuff in the sky and I've taken pictures and I've seen that exact shape with those like little bits inside of it in my photos as well. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore. It was like a couple phones ago, but that's strange.
I didn't say anything right off the bat because of what's going on at YouTube, but as it turned out, they ended up demonetizing my video anyway.
Oh,
so
no.
Here it is. Yeah, I'm totally on board. It's pretty obvious this is what we're looking at.
If you haven't seen this guy's YouTube channel, definitely check it out, Mr. MBB333.
How it ended up in the sky above Crazy Horse Monument, I have no idea. But yes, I totally agree, guys. That's exactly to a T what this thing looks like. A lot of the photos that I showed you yesterday and put them up next to a what appears to be a solar simulator. And there you go. Perfect match. Looks like a honeycomb in the sky. There you have it. So yes, I'm totally on board, guys. There it is. It is in black and white. That's negative. There's your machine. So yeah, I totally agree with you. It's more than likely a solar simulator.
In the movie The Truman Show is what he's talking about.
Right there it is. There's the picture the guy took. His name's Jonathan. He didn't actually see it. He saw it in the photos after the fact.
Yo, people, I just stumbled upon something. My nosy ass found something on the CIA file. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer because I don't want anything to happen to me. Listen, go search it for yourself and look it up for yourself. But what I'm about to say is really crazy. So I'm on the files, I'm on the CIA website, and I just start typing in things. I just do that. And I came across this book that is The Bloodlines of the Illuminati. It's written by this guy who is not a conspiracy theorist. He's actually, it's all coming from logic and experience. He's met these people and he's done his research. And the names that are in it are not the names that we think. Think of this system like mycelium, like mushrooms or a tree root system. It's a whole underground, interconnected, like woven situation that is happening right underneath us. We are literally ignorant and walking above it. And these families go deep. Now, there is an extremely famous person. Like I said, this book is really thick. Let me show you. This is it. Bloodlines of Illuminati by Fritz Springmeier, 1995. Check how thick this is. I was flipping pages, just going through it, trying to just scan real quick, and I came across something really disturbing. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want this video to get in trouble, but it rhymes with Schmizny. And dude, the reality of that dude is really dark and seedy. Now it goes deep into his situation, but one of the sections says an occult corn king. Let me show you the pages. You screenshot it and read it for yourself. Here's the first page.
I paused and read this, and it's definitely interesting. I'd highly recommend it. So now would be the time if you want to pause and zoom in on it.
A screenshot. Read this. Take a screenshot of it and read it. That's not even scratching the surface about that dude. And it's not even scratching the surface about any of the other families that are in this book. It's legit terrifying. But we as people should know. We should know about all of this. So I encourage you all to go on that website and look up this book. Once again, that is the name of the book. Just type it in the Freedom of Information Act section. At the end of the day, the choice is always yours. I love y'all. Stay safe. And you know what? Come back to me if you read this.
So I was working and River started pestering me like he always does, wanting to show me something, but every day it's different. And honestly, I just couldn't work. He just kept coming back and back and back and biting me. So eventually he pulls me off my chair and takes me where he wants to take me. And I'm like, well, what is it? You're so insistent today.
That is a big boy.
So he's pulling me, but today I don't have an actual shirt on, so the bite is actually pretty painful, but I'm going with him because it's always something important when he shows me. And he takes me over to my 15-year-old dog Zora, and it's like he says, come on, you need to go and see Zora. And then they both give her kisses, and I realise that she just can't get up. It's one of those days where she can't stand up on her own. So he was really trying to tell me something, which I think is beautiful.
That's awesome.
He really likes biting. Should I train him as a protection dog?
I love animals.
We have flock cameras facing splash zones, not the parking lot, not the street, at a kid's park. And this is not only the one of them. There's many, and people are reportedly showing, actually on X and different platforms, them showing you live feed of these locations. And you're like, what the? How does anyone have access to this? But two, who's allowing Flock to go up? And here's the big catch. They're not. Flock is going out here doing it anyway, saying, throw it up and we don't care. Oh, it's illegal? We're not taking them down. Cities have told them to get out, and they haven't. So cities would have to send out crews, put trash bags over them, or take them down and say, get the flock out of here. And Flock still said, no, we are leaving it up. What's weird, too, is law enforcement has been using this, but for not the reasons you think. Law enforcement was caught using it, many officers, one of them 168 times, using it to stalk his ex-girlfriend. Crazy. And they only found out because they used things like, have I been flocked? And that told them, hey, you've been being tracked. Oh, wow, you've been stalked. Oh, wow, by law enforcement. But what's crazy is what the CEO says.
There's an organisation called DFlock, who are semi-well-known now, I guess, if you're interested in this stuff, who take a fairly aggressive approach in terms of counting the number of cameras and having a Discord channel where they talk about potential, activities to move against Flock and stop it expanding.
And then unfortunately there's terroristic organizations like DFlock, whose primary motivation is chaos. They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else.
And I say Antifa, like the anti-fascist Antifa? The same Antifa that was created in 1920s and 30s? The same Antifa that was created to stop Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party? How are you going to use that word and label it like it's a bad thing when you're the one throwing up mass surveillance against city orders, against people's wishes, and doing it anyway, and then, out of all things, you say, oh, they're like Antifa. You're doing more of the terrorism than, one, Antifa, and two, are you saying you're pro-Nazi Germany? Because Antifa is the one who's against fascism in Nazi Germany. Why are you making it sound like they're the bad guys?
Except for the people who claim to be Antifa in modern times, because they don't realize, but they are the little mustache people.
In this, I'm really confused on what they're trying to say, dude. And the CEO of Flock, dude, you're coming across as a Fido. And the reason why is because these cameras are being installed where you tell them to go, against people's wishes and against city order and against law, and you're still throwing them up, and you chose kids' playgrounds. And the worst thing is that anyone can access this footage at any time of day. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think these should be up, period. What are we doing spying on civilians? Remember when they said China was so bad for doing this and spying on their civilians and putting them in a social credit system? And yet here we are. How ironic that it was both administrations that said China was the worst for using mass surveillance and human rights abuses.
Albania's prime minister doesn't care that over 500,000 people are still protesting the Epstein-class billionaire's purchase of their largest island. Can you guys guess who he really serves? I'm betting Iran or Russia. Oh, sure, it was just a coincidence that Jared and Ivanka found the island while they were vacationing with the Rothschilds.
On a vacation after we left government in the summer of 2021, we were on our friend Nat Rothschild's boat. We got picked up in Montenegro, and then we started sailing over to Corfu, and we spent a couple days in Albania. One of the nights there, Prime Minister Rama came to the boat. I had not met him when I was in government, but I was very, very impressed with his vision for what he wanted to do with Albania.
This is why I say it's going to be Epstein Island 2.0. Do you know who represents the Rothschilds? Jeffrey Epstein. Here he is messaging Peter Thiel, the current owner of Palantir, the defense contractor, all the way back in 2016. Good news is, guys, our DOJ is refusing to turn over any more information on the Epstein files. When are we going to start taking some notes from the Albanians? Here they are outside the Parliament House, setting it ablaze. Guys, look, this is our ambassador to Israel, or should I say Israel's ambassador to America, Mike Huckabee. And our own Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, is seen on the island hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, they were literally neighbors. Are we serious? Just look at these two photos I'm about to show you. They love to troll us. Here's Epstein with Bill Clinton back in the 90s, and here's Palm Beach Pete with Bill Clinton today. They continue to troll us because they realize we're not united like the Albanian people. Let's wake up.
Portugal lost. Ronaldo career over. Paula. Oh, also, did you know that Dolly Parton yesterday asked if she could have Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's newborn child while she hucked up the ball hand sign? That happens.
Water, the cloud seeding firm that was bombed in the UAE, and Iran and all of the Levant has been in drought for years, and now it's raining because they bombed the cloud seeding firm, the building where all the cloud seeding paraphernalia. And now all of a sudden, after years and years of drought, there's now water in Iran, and people are losing their minds.
So
it's amazing.
You think it was geoengineered that Iran doesn't get rain by America,
100%. Israel, America, multinational corporations. I don't know who they are, but they were based in the UAE because the UAE was also doing cloud seeding in their region, and they bombed it, and the drought was manufactured. So your answer is, what are the politicians going to do if there's no war? There's tons to do. There's tons to do. People need help. People need better lives.
But that's what they need the forever war for, to tell us that we can't do all these tons of things because we are in a war.
Well, to me, then we're living in an inhumane prison planet. We're living in a prison planet of satanic operation. What did he call it? Eternal darkness. It makes sense for Trump to call the bombing of Lebanon, it's Project Eternal Darkness. Because what are we here for? If the plan is now hating humans, hating human beings, hating flesh, and wanting to go into the AI, the virtual, maybe that's where we're going, because the rulers don't like humans. They don't like flesh and blood and humanity. They don't.
I could see that because we were created in the image of God, and they work for the adversary who hates us because of that. So to me, that makes a lot of sense.
Like us. They want to have it all for themselves, and then they want to have clean machines.
And they need the war not to go to prison. They need to stay out of prison, so they need a state of emergency.
Yeah, like Netanyahu will never go to prison unless he drops dead, because he'll never stop the war, because if he stops, then we have a chance to breathe. We have a chance to make a Holocaust museum in the Gaza to show all the people that have been murdered, 800,000 to 1 million. The Lancet in 2024 said 300,000 were murdered. 2024, so you know how much it is now in 2026. We'll have a chance to breathe. We don't have a chance to breathe. 24 hours a day, I'm in shock. Other people are in shock because they're bombarding us. I wasn't bombarded like this in the 90s. I knew what was going on, but it wasn't like this every single day. It wasn't like this. The news wasn't like this. Maybe because there wasn't an internet 24 hours a day. I don't know. But there wasn't all this crisis 24 hours a day.
This is another example of demonic products you may accidentally be purchasing, just not realizing. This kombucha, the brand Synergy, it's one of the most popular kombucha brands, and they actually promote using witchcraft and other spiritual rituals, new moon rituals on their social media page, and they just promote an ungodly lifestyle. So instead of giving that brand money, I recommend 221 BC kombucha. This brand literally has a Bible verse on it, and it's a faith-based Christian brand. So I recommend that one instead. Just be careful, do your due diligence when you're buying literally anything. Take a second to just search up the brand, and it's literally everywhere. The spiritual warfare, it's everywhere. The main problem is not that the product's gonna curse you, but it's the fact that you're giving a brand money that's promoting an ungodly way of living when you could choose a brand that does promote a godly way of living. So I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a beautiful day, and God bless.
Hey, Michael. I'm so glad you're having the party this year. It was really messed up with the whole Diddy thing last year, so it's great to be invited to your party. Famous, infamous, all-white party. Palm Beach Pete is there. Does it get any better than that, guys?
The best indicators of how cooked America is in this moment is that the internet made someone famous whose only claim to fame is the fact that he looks like a man that was trafficking and murdering children. That's the joke.
Thank you.
That is why he's on late night television. That's why he's at Michael Rubin's party. The big joke is he looks like the guy that raped children, the guy that either was killed by the powers that be in prison or is still actually alive. It's a big punchline. Isn't it funny, America? He looks like the rapist. Isn't that a good joke? Then he gets to go hang out with other Palestinians who don't speak on the genocide of their own people, and old men who prey on young women, build hotels in Israel. Gets to hang out with people like Alicia Keys, right, that pretend to be socially conscious. She performed here for all these people, including Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. Jared Kushner, who is dividing up Gaza like it's a little real estate deal. And the progressives hang out with people like Robert Kraft, who was tied into all the massage parlors in Palm Beach, right, with the trafficking allegedly. That all went away in Palm Beach, right, where Trump and Epstein were as well. And Kevin Durant with his CIA-funded drones being used to kill people in Israel, and friend of the IDF Draymond Green. How many scumbags can you fit into one party? The limit truly does not exist. They can all hang out with Michael Rubin and his dead eyes, making money hand over fist as the CEO of Fanatics as young American men waste their money betting on sports. And the guy who looks like the gets to be there as the court jester, and America laughs.
There are only 7 flock cameras in all of Saratoga Springs, but 6 of them are in one parking lot. Home Depot.
Weird.
One parking lot, 6 cameras. That's almost every camera in the entire city in one spot. So what are they? These are license plate readers. They read every car's license plate that drives through the parking lot. Your plate, your make, your color, automatically, whether you've done anything or not. And it's not just a photo sitting on a hard drive. All of it feeds one giant searchable network. Thousands of cameras across the country. Type in a plate, see everywhere that car's been. They can even pull up which cars regularly drive next to yours. Now ask yourself, why one Home Depot parking lot needs 6 of them? Do you want to see where they are around you? Go to dflock.org. That's where I found these. Where do you notice a huge cluster of them in your area? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, did you guys hear about the new Mandela effect that was just discovered? And I'm sure there's more of these to be discovered, by the way. There's old VHSs, there's old tapes, there's things we haven't seen in a while that if we go back, I guarantee there's more Mandela effects to be discovered. But this one in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 1971 with Gene Wilder, which is pretty weird, by the way, has a shocking Mandela effect. So let's get into it. So we know that to get the golden ticket, you have to buy a chocolate bar, right? Not some Willy Wonka product, but like a actual legit chocolate bar. But what if I told you, you could pop your VHS in, if you still have one, and go watch the original, never been tampered with, not digitally altered. Charlie gets gifted a moon pie now.
Weird.
A chocolate bar as the first chance to getting a golden ticket. The timeline is he got the birthday treat at home, which makes no sense. If you watch the clip, he's like, I think I got it. You don't get a golden ticket if it's on a chocolate bar. So what the heck? And no one remembers it being a moon pie. It was supposed to be a chocolate bar. Then Grandpa Joe secretly takes his saved tobacco money and buys Charlie a traditional rectangular Wonka bar. That one is a dud. And then in the street later, he buys again, chocolate bar, not a moon pie, and gets the golden ticket. This one doesn't really make sense. The movie specifically states you need to get a chocolate bar to win. So why would he and Grandpa think he would even possibly win unless he had a chocolate bar? And this is said to have spread debate for decades. But only in the last 3 months has this moon pie thing come out and people been wondering about it. I can't find anything about it. People talking about why you got a moon pie if you can't get a ticket from that. I don't see anyone talking about that since 1971 up until this year. Family Watch's newscast stating golden tickets are exclusive to Wonka chocolate bars opens a moon pie. It doesn't make sense. And I don't remember no moon pie, man. I remember
Me either.
a chocolate bar in that damn house. Now, here's the thing, though. A guy popped the VHS in his TV and said he solved the mystery of this moon pie. And he says, no, it is in the original. You know, he says, this is a VHS from 1971. It was not reprinted. It wasn't remade. This is the OG. And it shows a moon pie. So it must have always been a moon pie. But that is not how the Mandela effect worked. It's not that they went and changed it and Disney went and altered it. It's that we're now on a different timeline where that didn't actually happen. That's the trippy part about Mandela effect. It's not they're going into your basement and editing your VHS of Darth Vader saying, Luke, I'm your father. And now he says, no, I am your father. That's not what a Mandela effect is. It's a timeline shift. It's a little bit of a shocking thought, actually. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
All right, so what do we got here? How I dress her versus her dad. Okay, yeah, I think that's a bit much, no? Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm going to want to see the comments after this. Yeah, this makes sense, actually, for a child. Comments pass the vibe check. Dad lets her be a kid. Was the fake smile and having to pose compared to the genuine happiness from how dad dressed her? Dad did it better, plus dad understands the world we live in, yeah, unfortunately. Damn, this post backfired, but honestly, the mom's style is better, but the dad has the right idea. Sure, style, but this is a child we're talking about. She looks so genuinely happy when she isn't being used as a prop for mom's vanity, absolutely. Dad's house, there is no nose counter and lip liner, so team dad. Wow, these are women, by the way. Stop dressing children as adults. 150,000 likes. You dress her the way you want to see her, and he dresses the way she wants to see herself. Absolutely. Dad is better. Dad understood the assignment. Dress her like a child, not an adult. Dad won. How dare you make me agree with a man? Well, at least we all agree. Children are not adults.
Yeah, demons did possess me.
Yeah. What about you? Just
You're not walking with God. Demons will possess you.
You were suspended over a bed. Somebody told me
A woman caught me one time suspended about 3 feet from my bed. But then, you know, I was doing psychic reading. For anybody that's listening to psychics, or for anybody that's doing psychic work, okay?
Yeah.
It's all of the devil. When you come to God and you read the truth, which is in here, you'll be a prophet of Jesus. You won't be a psychic.
How did you know?
Psychic work is, I would invite the demons into my house. And God says in Thessalonians that he shall send you strong delusion that you shall believe a lie because you did not receive the love of the truth, that you should be saved, but you will perish.
How did you know the demons were in you? Do you know
Well, you know, I didn't know what that was. Yeah. I believed that I was talking to God.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that I was talking to God, and most
along?
psychics that you sit up with, that converse with you, tell you that you were talking to God. Okay,
Right.
and that is a lie. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. And when you carry on with it, and when you get so into it, and you will invite those demons in to talk to you, they'll sit up and they'll tell you lies, and they'll tell you they have past lives. Let me tell you something. You got one shot here.
Yeah.
You got one shot.
But Denise, how did you know you weren't talking to God if you thought you were? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because you know, there are a lot of ghosts working, throwing things in my house, and people were running out, and I thought I had begun by praying that God would just take me out of this because of the things that were happening to my body, the demons that were coming into my bed.
What was happening to your body? You were suspended over your bed.
Yeah, forget all that.
Yeah.
They were coming into my bed, and they were sleeping in my bed, and they were walking around my bed, and they were trying to.
You could see them?
Yes, I could see them, and also, but God has delivered me from
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I know that.
You understand? But that stuff will happen to you if you carry on doing the things that you're doing.
I'm starting to believe that Elizabeth Siders, one of 4 arrested as part of the Ohio House of Horrors, may be a victim herself. If you're not familiar with this story, 16 children were found in a small room in deplorable conditions in a small house in Ohio. And Elizabeth Siders, assumed to be the mother of all 16 children, was one of 4 arrested a part of this case. And now family members of Elizabeth are starting to come forward, and they're starting to paint a very different picture as to what's going on here. According to reports, Elizabeth allegedly had her first child at the age of 13. And then a couple years later, at the age of 15, she married Gary Siders Jr., who was also arrested a part of this story. Siders was 18 at the time when they got married, and for this to happen, parents had to sign off. And they did. Elizabeth had just finished the 8th grade. And then a couple months later, she had her second child. It's assumed that all the children are also Gary Siders Jr.'s children. Now, here are the ages of those children: 18, 16, 15, 14, 11, 10, 8, 5, a set of twins at the age of 4, a set of twins at the age of 2, and a set of twins at the age of 1.5.
Wow.
Also, according to reports, it's believed that Siders, or Elizabeth, I should say, lost another set of twins in 2022. Now, take a look at this photo from Elizabeth's first court hearing and take a look at her arm. I'm telling you, I think there's a lot more going on here, a lot more to this story. And I believe, in my opinion, that Elizabeth Siders may be a victim herself.
I can see that being a possibility.
Really off about Michael Rubin's all-white parties, and this year's special guest shows that. While people like Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Cardi B, and even Tom Brady were in attendance, the real star of the show wasn't even a celebrity. This year's special guest was none other than Palm Beach Pete, the man known online for being a lookalike of one of the most messed up people of recent times. While everyone already felt something was off with these events, Palm Beach Pete just made things look so much worse. Today, we break down the all-white party and reveal what Pete's attendance is really telling us. As always, every celebrity you can think of was there. Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Cardi B, Travis Scott, and even Ivanka Trump was in attendance. These are the same names you expect to participate in these weird industry events every year. If you have been paying attention, then you would have noticed that the same celebrities always attend all the weird parties like this. We always hear Jay-Z is there, Cardi B is there, and DJ Khaled never misses a party. It's the same roster that used to party with Bad Boy. Notice how someone powerful in the industry always has to have these strange parties? When Bad Boy stopped hosting them, Jay-Z started throwing them. Now it's Michael Rubin with the all-white party, and the same roster is there. That's just something interesting I noticed. Why do you think it keeps happening? But one person that nobody was expecting to see in attendance was Palm Beach Pete. According to a now viral post Palm Beach Pete made, he was at the all-white party after being invited by Michael Rubin himself. In the video, he is seen standing in front of a Hamptons mansion, thanking Michael for the invitation.
Hey, Michael Rubin, Palm Beach Pete. Thanks for having me at your all-white party. It's amazing, good friend. And again, thanks for having me. This party's gonna be lit!
Now, while Palm Beach Pete claims he was at the party, I couldn't find any photos of him being there. I searched online, and Google claims he was actually there. Maybe there are no pictures because the celebrities didn't want to be pictured with him. I don't know, but according to Palm Beach Pete, he was there. If he were there, then it tells us a lot about the Michael Rubin all-white party. Palm Beach Pete is literally only viral because he looks like a disgraced figure who did horrible things. He became popular after someone saw him driving down the street, took a picture of him, and said they just spotted you-know-who. He then makes a video responding saying he's not him, he's Palm Beach Pete. Next thing you know, he's a viral sensation, being invited to do interviews and appear on late night TV. They literally made him famous because he looks similar to a man who did really bad things. A man who was known for his private events for the ultra wealthy. So now you see why people are finding Michael Rubin inviting him to be quite questionable. Why would you invite a man whose claim to fame is that he looks like a disgraced figure? Think about the message this is sending. You invite the influencer who is imitating the man who was known for hosting private parties for billionaires where anything goes. We all know the disgraced figure provided a good time to many billionaires. You can watch this full episode now on my YouTube channel, The Truth Is. The link is in my bio or in my story.
That door just opened by itself. What the hell? Yo. Okay, this is getting out of hand, y'all. I guess I'm gonna go up there. Once again, there is nobody up here. I need you to search around here. What is this shit? Schoolwork. I don't know. I've never even paid attention to this crap. The hell is that? Is that... What is that? I thought I saw something back there.
What do you know? Officer Bagley today said that there's no body cam footage of him on the roof because his battery must have died.
Right, your body cam footage that I reviewed appears to end
while you're still on the roof. Do you know why that is?
I think his battery went dead. It was just right at that moment.
Okay. And do you know, did you ever turn it back on that day or go get it, I don't know, what do you have to do, charge it or stick a new battery in it? I don't even know.
Usually dock it, but no, I didn't go back. It was too chaotic running around.
So that 27-minute and 35-second body cam that starts when you're at the Hall of Flags and ends while you're still on the roof, but haven't put the crime tape up yet, that's the only body cam you have that day?
Yes.
So I guess we'll just have to take his word for it that at that moment he found a red and black screwdriver. Oh, but wait, there's a picture of it that was admitted into evidence, so it's all good. I have to wonder how many times Officer Bagley's body cam died after 27 minutes of being on the job, or if this is just a one-off like so many other incidences in this Charlie Kirk assassination case. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you haven't already done so, be sure to check out the backup channel as well as the Rumble channel. Both are completely free, and the links for both are in this channel's description. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.